So I gave myself a 1 hour lunch break today. So I ducked out to the shops and look, oh my God, I was rewarded with so many markdowns. So we grabbed some lamb 4/4 chops for $6.42 for 700 grams. It's essentially like 40% off. Pork chipolatas, half price, $3.30 for 500 grams. I'm going to portion those out and put it in the freezer. Same with the lamb chops because I think there's 4 pieces and I'm probably not going to go through them all. Strawberries were only $2 a punnet this week, so I grabbed 2. I grabbed some chili tuna for my stockpile because I've been kind of eating through my stockpile. And my favorite canned salmons were half price, so normally they're $2.90, and this week they're on sale for $1.45, so I grabbed a few of those. Grabbed some bird's eye chili, which was $34 a kilo. Don't know why chili is so expensive, but it is. Grabbed a lemon for $1.20, avocado for $1.50, some broccoli, just a little bunch for me to have with my lamb chops. That was $3 a kilo, and I grabbed some milk. The 2 liter fresh milk was $3.20, I think, or $3.10, $3 something for that bottle. And then I grabbed a 1 liter shelf stable milk for $1.60. Reason why I've grabbed it is because sometimes I feel like milk and I don't buy fresh milk very often, only because I don't get through it enough. But that's my little haul. I will probably attach this video with my partner's grocery haul, which I will film in a few days. So I've got a pretty large lamb chop here, guys. Lamb 4/4 chop, some potatoes and zucchini and onions, and that's going to be my quick, easy, budget-friendly meal. This is a separate meal I'm making. I'm just searing off my lamb chops and then I'm gonna make this into a stew. So I've chopped some onions and some carrots, which I'm showing you guys here. After my lamb quarters have seared, I'm gonna add in my veggies, and I also grabbed some frozen celery from my fridge. And these lamb chops are spitting oil all over my counter, but that's fine. I've taken the lamb chops out and tossed in my veggies, so carrots, onions, celery, just cooking that down a little bit. Then I add my lamb 4/4 chops back in, and then I add in, I think, 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. These were in my stockpile and they've been sitting there for a while, so I thought it was a good time for me to rotate this. So I added all of that in, and I think some of the portions I served on top of pasta, and the other portions I just toasted some bread and buttered it and ate it as is. Hey guys, I've got another Shelftember meal for you guys. I grabbed items from my fridge, freezer, and pantry. If you watch my stockpiling videos, you would know that I keep my pantry well stocked with a lot of canned and jarred goods at all times. So I tend to stock up on those things when it's on sale or if I have like a flyby spend. So as you guys can see here, I've got some coconut milk, some baby corn spears, some thick egg noodles. They're already open, but still relatively full, so I can use that. Some Thai yellow curry, grabbed 2 chicken thighs from my freezer. I rehydrated some dried shiitake mushrooms, so this is what they look like when they're dried, and then I basically hydrate them with hot water. You can get them from the Asian aisle at both Coles and Woolies, or just pop by your local Asian grocer. I've got an onion. I've got a pretty sad broccoli that I grabbed from the fridge, but I can still use it, and some carrots. That's what I'm going to be working with for this meal, so let's just get started. So with the veggies, I've got my canned corn there, my broccoli, my carrots, which I've cut up. The shiitake mushrooms I actually cut in half, and then I cut a bit of the stem off, only because the bottom can be quite chewy. You can remove the whole stem if you like. Got some onions and some more corn spears. You can add in whatever veggies you like. I've got some coconut milk and that yellow curry paste. I believe it's a Thai yellow curry. It smells absolutely delicious, and I was so excited to give this a go, and I'll definitely be buying this one again. So I kind of cooked off my onions and curry paste quickly on the stove before adding the rest of the ingredients. And as you guys can see, I'm kind of struggling cooking with one hand and holding the camera in the other. So I'm trying to pour my coconut milk in, as you guys can see, but it's not pouring through only because the coconut cream kind of gets stuck on the top. So I had to poke a hole to pour in the liquid, and then I'll show you in the next clip here. That's all of the coconut cream on the bottom. So I've had to spoon that out with a metal spoon and then added it to the mix. So this is what it looks like combined. I've added in my onions, carrots, mushrooms, and corn and chicken just so it absorbs more of the flavor. I also added in a little bit of fish sauce, and then I added the broccoli in at the end because broccoli doesn't take too long to finish cooking. Whilst I was having my curry cooking on the stove, I also had a separate pot where I cooked my egg noodles, which I've strained, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like in this clip. So it's actually aesthetically pleasing for once. Normally my meals look horrendous, but this meal was so delicious. I'll definitely be making this again, and I'm pretty impressed with myself that I actually used all of the ingredients that I had from home to create this. Guys, I grabbed this little cake mix from my stockpile pantry. It's out of date by a few days, I think. Well, it's not out of date, it says best before. So I need to use this up, and then I'll grab some eggs from the fridge, some butter, and some milk, and I'm going to throw it all together. The box comes with a cream cheese icing and then the actual cake mix itself. This is what it looks like. I've just mixed all of my wet and dry ingredients together. I just followed the instructions on the packet, which is quite straightforward. So I'm going to toss it in my baking tin and in the air fryer on an oven setting, and it should be good to go. So this is what the cake looks like. I'm just going to wait for it to cool. In the meantime, I'm going to make the icing, and once the cake has cooled, I'll put the icing on top. I didn't use the full packet of icing. I think I only used about half to try and convince myself it's a healthier option, considering I'm eating cake full of sugar. But if you're an icing fan, it's probably a good idea to use the full packet. And I actually sliced off the edges because I don't like the dry bits. So once it's sliced, that's what it looks like. I then packaged some in a little container to take over to my partner's apartment, and he absolutely loved this carrot cake. It was so good and nothing went to waste. And you guys know it's not a meal prep video if I don't have at least one meal of shin ramen. So I've got some shin ramen and some bacon here. I basically cooked up the noodles, strained it, add the seasoning, cooked some bacon, and then a sunny side up egg as well. And it was so good. So in this meal, I've just got some boiled tomatoes, zucchini, and some frozen basa fillets I got from the freezer that I purchased from Costco quite a while ago. In terms of seasoning, I think I added the Southern air fryer seasoning on the fish that I got in my black box. And then I just added some garlic aioli on the side.